The Persian Garden, an artistic achievement that displays Iran's art, philosophy, architecture and religion. The origin of the Persian Garden goes back as far as 4,000 years before Christ. You see, for the Persians, planting trees was sacred because the tree was the symbol of eternal life. The outlines of Cyrus the Great's garden, built around 500 years before Christ, is still viewable today. Evidence shows that the gardens in Pasargad had pavilions, channels, orchards, pools and terraces that were laid out symmetrically in a four-part system. Some of these historical gardens still remain today here in Iran in cities like Shiraz, Kashan and Kerman. The beautiful and monumental gardens attract many all year round with their gorgeous flowers, decorative plants and amazing edifice. Architects would select shapes and textures to tame the light and control its distribution. Shades and pavilions were built with geometrical distancing to block the sun. The water supply in the Persian garden is pretty outstanding. The circulation system from the source to the garden itself is both functional and decorative. The fountain at the center of the garden flows into 4 water channels that are usually decorated with turquoise or jade tiles.
The very first thing that came to my mind was that the bridge can be a place to stay, not a place to pass.
Iranian architect Leyla Aragian is the designer of the Tabiat pedestrian bridge in Tehran.
So in the beginning, it was only a bridge that was supposed to connect one part to the other, but after it's opened, it has become a place for people to stay on it, so they just come here to be on the bridge. The bridge is in 2 continuous levels, and on top of the columns, it becomes 3 levels, and all the levels are connected by ramps and by stairs, and there are seating areas, and there are restaurants on the lower level.
This metal bridge has connected 2 sides of nature. Even though it's full of steel, I don't feel that I'm walking in a space made of steel. I feel like I'm walking in a forest.
We have some 50 to 60% of the population of young people. They're obliging authorities, the government, and all the establishment to change and to move towards something more modern and more contemporary.
The Tabiat pedestrian bridge opened in 2014 and was visited by around 4 million people in its first year.
I like this bridge very much. It gives me positive energy, and every time I feel low, I come here to get re-energized.
When I design, before thinking about the form of a project, I think what matters the most is to understand what do people really need, both psychologically and physically, and these are very basic.